Password protection. There are the roles, user roles, like that operator role, supervisor role, manager role. So if we have set the recipe in my machine, that machine runs with the specified parameters only. He cannot change or alter any parameter, maybe of drying temperature, product temperature, bed temperature, nothing he can change. Once I have set my recipe with the standard format, in the automated system, no one can change. Only operator has allowed to run the machine with that particular preferences. So that is the most benefit for the industry because of this automated system. Now coming to the next level, there are many softwares are coming into picture, and that softwares we are using because of government or the FDA guidance. Guidance comes, you have to maintain the data in the electronic system. Electronic system means whatever process, suppose from my dispensing, sifting, mixing, blending, compression, coating till packing, all my process is automated and recorded in the software. And it is not only recorded, the person will perform the task as per the standard formula, master formula, which is given in the batch manufacturing record. And we have to run with that scenario only. If any batch failure happens, I will be the happy person because I know what my data says. Even my data is showing all the process parameters within limit. There is no specific deviation. There is no discrepancy. So I will be confident. Yes, my process is validated and implemented. So any FDA person can come. We can show the data. Manufacturing process, still all data is available, even from dispensing to packing. Later on, if I can say that the testing results, sometimes there is a probability to manipulate or adjust the results. So in that scenario, what mostly happens, suppose my product says that 95 to 105 assays to be covered. In that scenario, if suppose manual testing and all this testing comes, manual calculations are there is a probability or chances to make the calculation with respect to showing to the results within the limit. But in the automated system, if my HPLC is controlled, if I am using lab management software, there is no chance to edit, alter any data, because all my chromatograms will show what my data is there, what the weight I have taken, printout of the balance will come. And when all these evidences we have, we can easily investigate and justify that there is no process error, no product error. However, maybe some of the we can see that transit or circulating or some of the thing which is not under the manufacturer's control. For example, I have manufactured product in very well condition. All temperature, RH condition is there, manufacturing process parameter within limit, all persons are trained, XYZ, everything is there. But if my product goes into the shipment and that product takes around 60 days, and during shipment, if my product is a temperature sensitive and that temperature condition is not maintained during the transit, what may go wrong? Then in that scenario, there may be a chances because of oxidation, heat and product, some reactions may happen and impurity may generate. So most of the cases we observed that because of impurity, many of the cases products is recalled or the market complaints comes. Because what happened when we manufacture the product, sell it to the market, manufacturer does his analysis and record all the results in the analytical testing record, that is we can say that certificate of analysis. But second one thing is that the person who is seated in the US, how he can trust us? Because there is only a document and that document only we can show him. But in additional, what they do, they will do the analysis, they are doing the analysis of each and every product when it goes into the Europe or US market. So European QP He checks all the results of the batch, whatever data we have provided, whatever the certificate of analysis says. Later on, they are testing, they are verifying and integrating, matching the results. If it is similar to our results, then they are releasing the batch to the market. If the batch fails in Europe during the analysis, they are not releasing the batch to the market. So in that scenario, I have to control not only in my manufacturing site, but out of the factory as well. So there are two types of control, internal and external. Most of the time, internal controls are in our hand, but external controls not in our hand. And that's the scenario happening in transit or in the market. Because of every manufacturer says we have all this control, we have product, manufactured the product in good way, everything is controlled, I have data, I have record, everything. But we are not finding the root cause. Many of the cases I have seen, we were very unable to find out the root cause. Because why? In the transit or during handling, what happened, we are not 100% aware about the situation. So there should be an agreement with the transit transporter, whatever the storage condition they have to follow. Even though all that during transit, people are placing the data loggers. Data loggers is again one more automated system that records the data at every time point after 1 hour, 2 hours, and when I unload the data from the data logger, it gives me the printout, and that printout is not manual, it's an automated record. So I can again one more trust, yes, my data is reliable. So that is all things comes into the picture. Apart from this, in the manufacturing, what we can say that quality policy. Suppose data integrity we have to maintain in our site, there should be a quality policy. There should be written what we have to do, what type of data integration done, how the people perform their role, what the activity and user management roles. Even though there is a guidance, it says senior management role. Senior management is abided to maintain the sufficient staff in the facility. If sufficient staff is not there, there may be a chances, probability to make some adjustment or some alteration, deletion in the data in the manual cases. So people should be principles of data integrity as per MHRA. Organization needs to responsibility for the systems and data they generate are complete, consistent and accurate. Whatever data we are generating, it should be complete, consistent, accurate and trustworthy. If suppose we have manufactured any batch and 50 pages is required, and at the last moment if we can say that 1-2 pages is missing, then again one more question, how we are maintaining our data? During the inspection, suppose if we are not finding any batch record, auditor asks, and in that record if sufficient data is not there, auditor again will question that our control system is not powerful. So only data generation is not a matter. After generation of data, data should be controlled, preserved in a custodian. Like that we can say that QA, archival system is there. Whatever the documents generated post batch, we are submitting to quality assurance department. They preserve it and archival it during the inspection. Apart from this, if at any time point we have to submit the data to the government, we should have that data. Because during dossier filing, everybody knows the dossier. So during dossier situation, we need most of the things, our DMA, batch manufacturing record, stability data, analytical record, raw material specification, packaging material specification, finished product specification. If I don't have that or someone don't have that, any of the thing is missing, how we can file the dossier? Nowadays, the small countries, even though before 10 years they were not more focusing on the dossiers or the electronic documentation, now the things are very critical. Even though in Africa, East Africa, West, all where, when we filed the dossier, that time they were asking in the CTD format, electronic format, common technical document. And in that common technical document, we have to provide each and everything whatever we have available. Any of the thing missing, dossier will not be approved and our product license will not receive. Because of thing, we cannot sell our product into that particular market. Though we have a all system, we have a brand system, we have a state-of-the-art facility, everything we have. But if the data is not there and data is not authentic, we cannot sell or register the product in the other countries. Now data means whatever the records we are maintaining, like raw data, or some of the times printout, weighing details, or some analytical records, all it comes into the record. Means record facts and figure in the statistic collection together. What we perform and we have available in the factory, it is to be collected and verified fact and fault, facts, and it is to be presented during the inspection. That is we call data. Data should be attributable to the person generating the data. Then legible, or whatever suppose manual documentation is that, it should be clearly readable, legible. If not, the auditor or someone will confuse, he will not understood what we have done there. Then it's a contemporaneous. Contemporaneous means whatever we are doing the activity at the same point, we have to record and maintain. If suppose I am manufacturing batch and I have done the shifting at 10 o'clock, compression or blending done on 11 o'clock, and I have not filled my record at the same time point, the person may have ability to forward. So over a time, if suppose someone said that by the evening I will write my document or tomorrow I will write my document, it never happens. Person forgets and he may not write the correct date and time. He may not collect the points. So contemporaneous means when we do the activity at the same time point, I have to write down. Suppose 10 o'clock I have performed the task, it should be written in the batch records. It should be recorded in the analytical record or somewhere. So all this and accurate, our data should be accurate. There should not be any second thought. Whatever we did, it should be accurate. So likewise, all the points comes into the data and what type of data we should. Apart from this, government now, FDA focuses on the ALCOA principle. ALCOA principle defines that the data quality. We have a data, but what it should be a quality. It should be attributable. Every piece of data must be traceable back to specific individual. Suppose after 1 year someone needs that I need this particular paper or evidence, that should be traceable. And legible, data must be readable, understandable to each and every person. It is not like that I have written, I can read only. It should be readable by everybody. Contemporaneous means at the same time we have to record this. Original record verified by the true copies. Whatever data we have, that it should be true copy. Complete, all the information, it should be complete in my record. If something is missing, that data is not trustworthy. Then consistent, data should be generated and recorded uniform across the records. Apart from this, enduring means recorded data should be preserved and remain stable over a period. After 1 year, 2 years, after 10 years also, this data should be available. And this should be available during the inspection as well. So this is the principles. What the guideline says, 21 CFR, many times we say, that is the code of federal regulation. It says that what quality of the data. Data should have this type of principle or these types of facts. Raw data means whatever the data available with us, it should be available with the original data. Raw data means suppose someone say that I have manufactured batch, I have weighed the material in suppose 100 kg active pharmaceutical ingredient excipient XYZ. If that particular weighing details also I have missed, it means that I have not weighed the material properly. It's a evidence, and that evidence called raw data. It's a evidence, and that raw data, even though weighing record should be available there during the inspections. Data governance, it should include staff training. All our staff should be trained how data to be managed, how data to be preserved, and it should be made available during the inspection. Governance means we have to take care of our like property. So data is a property of the company of that particular product. If it is not cared properly, that data will be missing and there is a discrepancy deviation with respect to the standard procedure. Then again, next term came as that GAMP5, we can say that. Good automated manufacturing practices. It is also says that your data should be consistent, readable and automated system. Not only 21 CFR Part 11, PEAKS, every regulated market guidance says that our product should have a data and it should be monitored, preserved and maintained properly. This article explains GAMP5 is the purpose and history and outline of the key principles. Also, it is a non-binded automated, it is a non-binded requirement, but most of the regulatory are following this system. Every guideline, if we see WHO guideline, USFDA guideline, MHRA, there is just written non-binding. Means it is not binded, but they follow all rules and regulations because they are on the standard practices given in that guidelines. So we have to maintain. GMP provides a risk-based approach compliant GXP computerized system. Now computerized system means not only by this hardware, it is a computerized system. Even though in pharmaceutical or any industry, we can say that whatever the component system, like HVAC system, there is a BMS system. Most of the companies, it is available. So whatever the product temperature, humidity, pressure of that particular area as well, it is recorded in that particular data. And this data is received by the BMS system. BMS is again one more automated system which controls all the HVAC systems, and any deviation came, it also gives the signal as well. So according to this, we have to maintain not only in manufacturing area, but with respect to the engineering side also, we can govern the data and practices. Because this will help us in the future to investigate or to safeguard our product. In the water system also, water system is an electronic item, but it is used in the pharmaceutical system. And in pharmaceutical industry, water is a very precise role, very important role. If water, like during the running, if I don't control hardness, TOC, how I can say that my product or the water going into the product is a good quality? So because of nowadays the water system is also PLC based controls. Once the parameter fixed, it will show only how the water system is running. Each and every item is maintained and recorded in the PLC. And at the day end or over a period weekly, I can take a printout and I can review as a part of QA person. I can review what the parameter of my water system and what is the water goes into the product. Can I trust it? If my all the parameters is showing within limit, I can say that I am using a good quality of water. Earlier days there were only hardwares of the water system. Now the days gone. FDA is very strict and they are more stringent about to use the automated systems and the principles. Key principles and life cycle approach. Life cycle approach means from the beginning of our product to the end till the stability, we are monitoring all these parameters, and this is called a life cycle approach. We have to monitor our data and maintain till the life cycle. Means after expiry also we are maintaining data, we are doing the stability and we are recording all the parameters. Because if suppose at any time point complaint came, I can say that over a expiry period also my product is stable for 6 months or 1 year, and it is all the parameters recorded. Now all this again controlled with the software based in the quality control department. Scalable validation. So So, in this scenario, the data should have with validation process and practices. Validation process and practices means the data or the automated system I have, but who can ensure that automated system is a good itself? Like that we can make a Paytm or Google Pay. We can trust, we can within PIN code, we can add PIN code and make a lakhs of transactions because we trust that system is automated and validated and qualified. So likewise in the pharmaceutical also, whatever our system may be manufacturing machines, validations and engineering machines, all should be validated and qualified. With the help of, there are different principles. Slide is quite bigger. I can share with if somebody needs. And there is a installation qualification, operation qualification, performance qualification. All these parameters to be evaluated, and then the system is implemented. Means any parameter which is showing in the system, I have to validate and qualify that particular parameter is showing correct results. If suppose I am making the 10 kg weight or 99.5% assay is writing, it should be there. System should not take a wrong figure. Otherwise, what will happen? The wrong figure will indicate into the data, and over a period it will observed by the someone. So this is all short summary about the production principles and computer system validation. Hope I have explained you in a proper way, systematic approach, and thanks for the time, and you can ask any question from your side. So this type of system we have to use. Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir. Myself, Ravindra, I am from Pharmaceutical Data. I have one question. How much it is important for any computerized system to have the post-operative risk assessment to identify the residual risk before release to the commercial use?
Sorry, sir. Can you quite louder?
I have one question. That is, how much it is important for any computerized system to have the post-approval risk assessment before release of the computerized system to the commercial use to identify the residual risk?
System, once we have qualified system, then system handover procedure is there. Handover means after the performance qualification of the system, each and every item will be satisfied, then system is handed over to the user. Over a period, suppose some changes is there, someone want to upgrade his system, because nowadays or every day we are learning. During operation also I feel that some system to be upgraded or some new parameters should be there. So this scenario can be done with the help of change control and proper risk assessment, whether new attribution will not impact to our existing system. We have to go with the risk assessment, and based on that risk assessment, we can do this change. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
What are the most common gaps observed in internet inspections?
Okay. Most of the common gaps is observed like that. There are hundreds people and everyone has a different thoughts. So in industry also, what happened when the auditor came, we are also saying, oh, this system I am using from last 20 years. How this auditor WHO can claim it, even though USFDA auditor has not pointed it. Likewise, what happened? The government and every auditor follows the guidelines. Maybe some of the times that particular approach is not with that particular guideline, but this approach or concern may be another guideline. So this is the gap. Every time we cannot see all the parameters in the similar way. There may be a difference in opinion, difference in guidelines, and that's the gap in till date also in system. So because of this, day by day we are improving. Every audits we are facing the observation. Otherwise we can say that before 10 years I have faced USFDA, it is past my system. Why audit is required? Because every time system upgrades, GMP upgrades, and new concept comes into the market. And that new concept, most of the time we are unaware, and because of that the gap generates into our system. Thank you.
I am Piyush. I am from Omron Automation. and taking it for the pan-India business for the pharmaceutical sector. Thank you, Kiranji. You have touched upon the good part that product recall mainly. Certain parts are the internal and certain parts are external. So if we talk about the internal, so recall is a big use for any of the pharma customers who are exporting. So we would like to understand how the automation companies can help the industries, because there are various solutions available for the inspections at various levels, either it is of solid OSD or the injectable parts are there. But what we have seen still in the industries, people or the companies are not investing heavily on the inspection part. Comparatively, the product that pharmaceutical companies manufacturing, one batch size might be of 5 CR or 30 CRs, and the cost of that solution is not so high. But why still is industry is not accepting such kind of a solution? Is there any improvement from the automation companies required? This would like to understand.
Sure. Before we also told, there is a cost and budget. All the things comes into the when money comes in the matter. With respect to the quality, we should abide. Maybe for the US patient, Europe patient, or for Indian local patient, it is same for me. Because everybody is a human, I have to deliver the good product. Okay. Likewise, the approach comes where what is the revenue from the company side or the organization they are earning from the market, right? If suppose same product we are selling in the Indian market, suppose 1 rupee, and it goes to the suppose it, other market, suppose $0.1 or something, means revenue difference is there. Their earning is different. So if the earning is different, we have to means usage, or we have to apply the system that level standard should be there. And in another scenario, we can say that all the countries regulated market, they have a very stringent control and they have a very stringent expectation. Because of this, though the we have affordable or not affordable, we have to implement the system. System implementation is always better. Suppose maybe local company or standard regulated company, and someone is manufacturing 10 lakh batch size, okay, and we are working. Because with the manual process, any batch fails, I am unable to detect the cause. If we have an automated system, each and every level automated control, I can say that where is the gap, where is the error, and that is the benefit of system. And there is a very less probability for the alteration, deletion or modification. That's why no product failure. And the cost of product we can save. So that is, I come to the point, maybe any industry, automated system is the best. We can go stepwise and slowly we have better.
In the interest of time, we will be just taking these questions. So thank you, Kiran sir.
Thank you.
I would like to call upon Dhanesh sir if you could come on stage.
Thanks.
Felicitate.
Thank you.